He's your PS2 guy. Yeah, your PS2 guy.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Gnadt, your PS2 guy, and welcome back to This Week in PS2 History. We're looking at the week of May 10th through the 16th, and the lineup today is a perfect cross-section of what made the PS2 such a dominant force. We have a pure arcade adrenaline rush, a massive Hollywood crossover, and a deeply underrated first-person shooter that I personally really loved. So let's jump in. First up, we go back to the early days of the system. On May 14th, 2001, the high-octane world of Sega arrived on the PlayStation 2 with the release of Crazy Taxi. Originally a titan in the arcades and a system seller for the Dreamcast, this port was a massive deal. It proved the PS2 was becoming the definitive home for arcade-perfect experiences. The premise was simple, but insanely addictive. Pick up passengers, get them to their destination as recklessly as possible to earn big tips. We can't talk about Crazy Taxi without mentioning the iconic soundtrack. Hearing the first few chords of All I Want by the Offsprings is an instant nostalgia trip for anyone who spent hours dodging traffic in the bright yellow convertible. It remains a masterclass in pick-up and play game design. Now, moving ahead a couple of years to May 14th, 2003, we saw the release of Enter the Matrix. This was a landmark moment for cross-media storytelling. Released on the exact same day as the theatrical premiere of The Matrix Reloaded, this game wasn't just a basic tie-in, it was a parallel story written and directed by the Wachowskis themselves. The game featured over an hour of exclusive live-action footage that you couldn't see anywhere else, starring Jada Pinkett Smith and Anthony Wong. You played as Niobe, or Ghost, performing tasks that directly influenced the events of the movie. Shiny Entertainment pushed the console to deliver that signature Matrix feel, complete with slow motion, focus mechanics, wall running, and a complex martial arts system. It even featured a hacking minigame that allowed players to dig into the game's files to unlock secrets. It was a massive commercial success and a prime example of the ambition that defined the PS2 generation. Finally, jumping ahead to May 11th, 2005, we have a game that I consider one of the best hidden gems on the console, Cold Winter. Developed by Swordfish Studios, this was a gritty, mature first-person shooter that really pushed the boundaries of the genre on the PS2. You play as Andrew Sterling, a former MI6 agent who gets caught in a massive global conspiracy. The story was actually written by a legendary comic book author, Warren Ellis, and it shows. It's dark, brutal, and incredibly well-paced. What really set Cold Winter apart from the other shooters of the era was its use of the Havoc physics engine. You could interact with almost anything in the environment. If you were taking heavy fire, you could literally flip over a table to create your own cover. It featured locational damage, deep weapon customizations, and a robust multiplayer. If you missed out on this espionage thriller back in 2005, it's absolutely worth tracking down today. And as far as I can tell, this is a PlayStation 2 exclusive. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know in the comments below. From the sun-drenched streets of Crazy Taxi to the digital battlegrounds of The Matrix and the gritty espionage of Cold Winter, This Week in History offered a little something for everyone. But I want to hear from you. Did you spend your time trying to get an S-Class license as a cab driver, hacking the Matrix, or flipping tables in Cold Winter? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'm Dan Gnadt, the PS2 guy, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, stay retro.